Hello everyone. Let us continue Nagamandala Act 1. Let us refresh our memories of the last class. Before that, look at the picture once again and see the structure of the stage. You can see the house. In front of the house, there is the anthill, the door, the bedroom of Rani, and Apana. Now, let us move on to the recap. 1. Apana and Rani, newly married, come to live in the village. Every day, Apana locks Rani in the house and goes away. In the nights, Rani stays alone in the house. Apana returns by noon, eats the lunch, and goes again. Apana's mother's friend, Kuridava, a blind woman, visits the house with her son, Kapana. When Kuridava comes to know that Apana is not loving her or taking care of her, she gives her two roots with magical properties. It was given to her by a magician. She used it to attract her husband. Kuridava advises her to grind the root into paste and give it to Apana. Rani grinds the small root and gives it to Apana. He faints. When he gets up, he locks her again and goes out. As the first plan was a failure, Kuridava asks her to grind the big root into a paste and add it to a curry. Now Rani is going to try it. Now let us continue from where we left off in the last class. Act 1 continues. Next morning, Apana brings with him a dog and ties him in front of the house. Rani grinds the big root and makes a paste and adds it to the curry. Just then, there was an explosion. The curry burned blood red. When she sees the blood red color of the curry, she is frightened if something will happen to Apana if he eats it. So, Rani decides to pour it away. She goes out of the house and pours it into the anthill outside the house. The moment she turns her back to the anthill, a king cobra lifts its hoof, hissing out of the anthill. Looks around. It sees Rani and follows her at a distance. By the time she has reached the front door of her house, it is behind a nearby tree, watching her. The dog barks loudly at the king cobra, which watches from behind the tree, hissing, excited, restless. Apana goes away, locking Rani in. Rani goes to her bedroom. You can see that it was really a very dramatic visually dramatic moment from the whole play. When Rani pours the curry into the anthill, the snake, the king cobra, comes up with all its grandeur. It is frightening as well. And let us see what happens later. It gets dark. The king cobra is still watching from under the tree. Obviously, the king cobra has consumed the curry and it became attracted to Rani. That is why the cobra is still watching her. The dog continues to bark. When it is totally dark, the cobra moves towards the house. The barking becomes louder, more continuous. Rani wakes up, goes to the window, curses and shouts, goes back to bed. The cobra enters the house through the drain in the bathroom. Here, the story, that is, the character called story, tells. As you know, a cobra can assume any form it likes, any appearance it likes. As you know, a cobra can assume any form it likes. That night, it entered the house through the bathroom drain and took the shape of. The cobra takes the shape of Apana. To distinguish this Apana from the real one, we shall call him Naga, meaning a cobra. Naga reaches for Rani in the house, finds her sleeping in the bedroom, watches her.